You're listening to the Pintcast, where smart people in healthcare come to make noise. Here's your host, Jimmy McKay.
All right, the ingredients of a good talk or a good session or a good meeting, I would say most likely, you've got to have chocolate, you got to have marshmallows, and then you can't forget graham
crackers.
Got graham crackers. I went to the supermarket the other day just for you, just for this. Oh, someone's coming. I'm getting phone calls here. Patrick Graham here. What year is this?
19.
This is 19? Wow. Good for you. Is it still weird coming to a meeting with literally your name on it? Because now it's not even like, I bet you 90% of people in this room, no, maybe not this room, but most people who hear about the Graham sessions, they don't know, like, you're still at the Graham sessions. Like, you're still there.
Well, yeah, it's very humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back before we go forward. I was there 10 years ago when we did the founders interview. It was in Florida.
Correct.
And we talked about where things had started and where they had gone. And each year, or I imagine there are some cycles where a topic comes up and it stays around for a couple of years and maybe it's solved or we move on. But what are the things that stay the same even 19 years into doing the Graham sessions?
You know, I think the big thing that doesn't change is the broadness of ideas.
Yeah.
And the broadness of thoughts. And I think the more we focus on those, the more we're moving our profession forward. And that was the whole genesis of the whole idea, is we want to get these ideas, we want to flush them out, we want to debate them, and then from there, people can take them back.
Do something with them.
Do something with them, exactly.
First rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. What's the first rule of Graham sessions?
Everything's confidential.
Yeah. You can talk about ideas, but not attach them to people.
Correct.
This way, people aren't afraid, apprehensive to say something. Correct. Because they might have repercussions.
Everything's off the record.
Yeah. But we want the ideas to leave the room.
Absolutely.
But we can just put it's said by anonymous, or we'll leave that
Correct.
part out. All right. So I've been asking everybody today, been doing a bunch of live streams, 10 minutes, quick, fast, to the point. What's something on the docket this year, either, we're at 3:00 in the afternoon, something that's already been covered or we're going to cover this afternoon that you're like, yeah, I'm excited to hear about this. This is a topic that you're sitting there, all right, let's dig in. What's exciting you?
So I love the panel that related to some of the lessons they're learning from dentistry, as well as some of the network opportunities. The out-of-the-box thinking that occurred with the model they discussed and how they've executed it. Beautiful.
Yeah. Good artists borrow, great artists steal. Picasso said that. Correct. Which is, hey, listen, if we keep trying to solve the problem with what we've got in the room, we're going to run out of solutions if it doesn't work. Let's look outside. So looking at dentistry, looking at different options, and that's a great start. How about something that's not on the docket that you're like, man, where's this? Where's this?
I think we've discussed a little bit about education. And we just heard a great What I Believe speech.
But we can't say by who,
no,
what he said.
No, I know.
I'm just kidding.
But he brought up a point of someone in our profession who challenged the status quo, created something different that's changing waves. That excites me. To have people in a room, okay, they're doing this, How could we do that?
What do I do?
Correct.
How do I do that? What's my version of that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's exciting. What needs to be 365 days from now? What would you put on the docket? You've prepared this meeting a bunch of times. That can't be easy, right? Because you can't have everything covered.
No.
But what would you put on the horizon for the 20th anniversary?
Wow. I think boldness.
Okay, what does that mean?
So we've heard a bunch today, but what energizes me about this meeting is the freshness ideas, the boldness of our colleagues, and taking that out into the real world.
Yeah.
To see where we're going to go.
Yeah.
And what we can do. We can wallow in our pity, how poorly we're reimbursed, or we have the best opportunity we've ever had because people know who a physical therapist is
Yeah.
and the highest demand out there.
Yeah. And
what are we going to spend our effort and our time on?
And diamonds are formed under pressure. That's the theme this time. You've been part of putting these together, but in the beginning and now, like, how did you figure out who to put in the room? Like, what was the, I imagine if, the chef is making a soup or whatever, you're like, okay, it's got to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, not too much this and not enough that. How'd you figure out what was a good mix?
It wasn't me. Steve Anderson has led this thing for 19 years, and now Keaton's doing a beautiful job. The first year, literally, we kind of invited who we thought were thought leaders in the profession, and a bunch of them came, and it was productive. Second year, it started getting a little stale, and Steve really started putting some effort and planning into kind of an agenda and specific topics, and got a committee
structure.
He just really elevated it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible what he did. And that to me has been what has kept us alive.
Yeah. Looking back, did it achieve its goal each year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember last year, but they kind of recapped a ton of things that have happened in our profession. And a lot of the ideas were fleshed out and derived out of the Graham sessions.
Yeah.
And that was the whole desire of this crazy idea.
All right. Well, Keaton will be 60 in 20 more years. I don't know how it's just, but in 20 years, what do you hope? How do you hope things have progressed? What would your hope be for the next 20, being next year's your 20th anniversary?
I hope that our younger generation is as bold and as passionate as we are, and I really believe they are.
Yeah.
I think the new therapists coming out have more confidence and tools at their disposal than any we've ever had in our profession, and their ideas and technology and the use of technology. I mean, I can't even fathom it.
Yeah.
And I'm 60, and I look at where we've come, and I think it's just going to get exponentially faster.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And it's the people who lean into them, or at least curious about those tools.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a master on day one, but pretending it doesn't exist, that's how you get run over by
No, I do. I think a lot of what some people would term as traditional, that's supposedly what got us here, will be obsolete.
Yeah. It's crazy how fast these things are going.
Yeah. I mean, look at you, man. You're the first guy I've ever known in our profession with your talent. And I remember when you first came, and I was like, this is a great idea.
Weird, right? My mom was very confused too.
And you're fantastic.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, you really are.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I look at it as I get to sit next to super smart people and either ask great questions and try to find the answer out there, or a person has solved a problem. Great, reframe that problem. Tell me how you solved it, and we send it out there. I brought something up earlier. We were talking about primary care. That's great. It was a great victory specifically in Utah, but there's different ways to access PT as primary care. And my push, of course, I wanted to be spicy, which was, this is a great idea. Don't screw it up. Well, how are you going to screw it up? And I made everybody look outside the windows here on the 7th floor of APTA. And I said, all those people out there have no idea what this means. They have no idea how it could help them.
Oh, yeah, tremendous insight.
And if we fail there, it doesn't matter how great our services are. It doesn't matter how great our skills are. We've got to make sure we don't fumble that. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to do it yourself.
Correct.
There are professionals who can help you do that. But don't try to do it yourself if you can't actually execute it. Because I wouldn't want you to fail there and be confused 5 years from now. We had primary care. What happened? You'd failed this one simple thing.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
We've got another talk going on soon, but I wanted to make sure we have a tradition on the show. Every episode, we do something called the parting shot.
This is the parting shot. One last mic drop moment. No pressure, just your legacy on the line.
No pressure whatsoever, Patrick. Just your entire legacy. Now, what's just an idea, a concept, words of hope for the future, something you want to leave with the audience as we wrap up and go back inside?
My whole career has been on not being afraid to ask the question. And I would just encourage people, ask the question.
Yeah, ask the question. I just referenced Terry Gross is a NPR host, and she's done more than 20,000 interviews over her career. And then she wrote a book, and the title of the book I thought was great. All I did was ask. All I did was ask, right? And questions can be powerful because hopefully, eventually, if you ask enough of them, they lead to answers.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think Grand Sessions is. So it's a little pressure cooker, right? Bring them in, get a little fun. We've got a couple more sessions going on as we live stream, but we know where the real conversations are going to happen
Tonight.
about 5:30
Yep.
when we've walked up. But that's how do we get more of that and facilitate?
It
Because
is.
that's where the real conversations and the back of the napkin. The reason they say it's the back of the napkin idea is because napkins are over a drink or a meal or a cup of coffee. So looking forward to sharing some more ideas after the agenda is over this evening.
Awesome.
Patrick, appreciate the time, man.
Yeah,
That's it for this one, but we're just getting warmed up. Smash follow, send it to a friend, or crank up the next episode. Want to go deeper? Hit us at ptpintcast.com. Or find us on YouTube and socials at ptpintcast. And legally, none of this was advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. See, Keith? We read the script. Happy now?